Hey everybody, welcome back. This is our last section of our 8 courses for this NPR section. Anyway, this is called the case study section. There's 3 cases we need to go over. This video will be for case 1, and get your hands ready to pause if you want, because the way these cases are written is just that. You guys do a little reading, there's a little situation, and you try to solve a problem. So kind of like a real life business right here. So anyway, we'll jump right into case study 1, which is we talked about level production methods. We talked about a chase plan, and this is going to be a hybrid method. And in this case, you guys are going to be asked to make your own plan, a hybrid plan, to see if you can beat the level and the chase methods that the book presents to you. So the book uses an old case we have in section 5, and you'll see there's a level production plan. Just a little review. A level production plan is just that. It's where you are producing the same amount of product each month. You keep your workforce stable. You're producing the same amount. You've got like a fixed plan, and your inventory goes up and down when you do that. But you have a regular production, low cost of production, efficiency is key there, and that's how you do stuff. Now you can run a level plan, and even with a level plan, you change, right? Toyota runs a level plan, but they do go through changes too, like anybody else. I mean, every once in a while they'll bump up their production, they'll slow it down. So just because you're a level plan doesn't mean you can't ever change it all. But in this situation in the book, a level plan is just that you produce the same amount each month, and then you do a chase plan. And a chase plan is where you go up and down with your production, and your goal is to have a stable inventory, the same inventory. So you may increase production a month, you may decrease production a month, and that should go along with your amount of sales, right? So it's the ultimate flexible production system with the chase. And a hybrid, which you guys are going to try to do, I'll explain a little bit more. But let's look at this case again in your book, and it's one from section 5. You'll see it's the case. If you look, you've got a sales plan of it starts out at 50 in December, 80 in January, 80 in February. Then you've got a production plan of 100, 100, 100. And your inventory varies 70, 90, 110. So I just want to make sure you guys are on the right page. And this is an example of a level production plan. So if you'll see, you got December, January, February, 100, March and April, you've got 100. Then in May, you switch up to 115, and you produce 115 out throughout the end of the year from what we can see. The Q4, Q1, and Q2 are just that. Those are quarterly numbers. You just need to add 3 months together to get those numbers. And your inventory plan is the same way. So that's the a level production plan. The planning time fence, that is the fence where it gets to be like a liquid in your production plan. You can change your production plan. So anyway, that is the level production plan. Now the chase is where you look at one where the production is moving up and down. It goes from 100 pretty much to 120, 190, 190, 110. So production's up and down, and the inventory is staying at 145 in this example. So that's the chase production planning method right there. And just 2 different ways, 2 different philosophies, just a couple of different ways to look at it. Now you look at the cost summary page, and in this cost summary page you'll see you've got a level and a chase plan. And these plans are costed out. So you'll see just a little review. You can either bring on a new employee, or you can let an employee go for $300 a worker. Same cost either way. And a worker can make 2,000 units per month. So if you want to increase your production 2,000 units, you can hire one person. If you want to decrease your production 2,000 units, you have to let one person go, and you can save $300 a worker. So if it's you can't hire a half worker in this scenario. If you hire, if it's 3,000 units you need, then you need to hire two people to cover those 3,000 units. And the cost of inventory is 2% per month. It's just a calculation. 2% per month is what it costs. So you'll see the cost summary here. You've got the level and chase plans. You got $2,400 in May right there, and that is because you had to add 8 workers. If you go back and look at the prior sheet, you'll see you're increasing your production 15,000 units. So you can get 2,000 units out of an employee, so you have to hire 8 workers. You really want to hire 7.5, but you have to hire 8. So you get that 8 workers is $300 per person, $2,400. And you'll see the next line, inventory cost. You'll see that you're just taking the ending inventory number, and you're multiply times 2%. So For in March, you had 145 units in inventory. You're multiplying that times 2%, you're getting 29 right there. So you're adding all those together, and you'll see you get 337.4 as your cost summary. In the Chase method, you calculate everything out the same way. Of course, you're going to have a lot more hirings and letting people go and that. So hirings in this example, and you're going to have a lot of worker change costs right there. So a lot of worker change costs. Inventory cost is not so high, and you get 500 for your Chase method. So you got level at 337, and Chase is at 500. So Chase is not as good as level. And so what the book wants you to do is go ahead and take a few minutes. You might want to hit this on pause here if you're following along on this video. Take a few minutes, fill this out the best you can. Don't kill yourself on it at all. And if you want to hit pause now, it's a good time to do it. And when we come back, I'll roll on here, but we're just gonna look at what the book says, and I'll post these in Blackboard so you have them. But the book has a solution they want you to do, and hybrid method is where you produce level a little bit, then you might change your production, maybe add a second shift, maybe you like a one-time change. So you're not changing up and down crazy or anything like that at all, but you're in a level for a while, and you can do a chase. It's like a combination between the chase. So you got flexibility. It's a hybrid. You're trying to take the best of both worlds here. So what the book does, and I'll post these. It'll be easy to see when I post them. You've got a production plan of 100 going through December through April, and in May they have 100. In June, July, August, September, they all produce 120 right there. That's what the book. And how you get this is you just have to go through and try to calculate the best you can through trial and error. There's no mathematic formula to calculate these, so you don't want to kill yourself on this. This is more for illustration. In the test, you'd have to fill in a blank or two. You won't have to do anything like this, but you'll see what the book does. So if you want to write these down, if not, you can wait for me to publish these. And May's 100, June is 120, July 120, August 120, September 120. That's the production plan. And the inventory plan would be 145 in May, 145 in June, 75 in July, 5 in August, 15 in September. So you can't run yourself out of parts. You can't go so low to run yourself out of parts. So the inventory plan gets as low as 5 right there. So, and the cost is, your number of employees, you got to raise them from 50 to 60 to meet the new production, to go from 100 to 120. So you got to add 10 employees times 3. So that's 300 right there. And that's your worker change. And for your inventory, all you got to do is multiply times 0.2%, and you're going to get inventory costs of 29, 15, 1, 3, 9, 27, 27. So your total cost for your hybrid plan is 213, which is a lot better. And just the blanks, the hybrid cost, the total cost is 29 in May, 32 June, 15 July, 1 in August, 3 in September. So that's your optimized plan right there. That's the best solution right there. You may not get that. Don't worry about it. This is more of an illustration. I just want you guys to see it. So that is case 8.1, the hybrid plan right there. And when you join me again, we're going to look at special ordering for 8.2. Thank you.